class, I wanted to record a short video to explain and go over the discussion guidelines. I know that I've recently graded some discussions and a lot of people have not been submitting them by Thursday, and whenever I leave a comment, a lot of people have questions about what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and review that, and then I'm also going to tell you how I've changed the due dates, the format of the due dates, to maybe make it less confusing. So the first thing I want to point out is that I am in the discussion page, so that's what you are seeing right here, and I am using my English 1110 course. However, this applies to all of my courses that have a discussion assignment. So all of my classes have discussions, and the discussions are due on Thursday. And what I mean by Thursday is that your initial discussion post is due on Thursday, and you have until Saturday to reply to a classmate. Basically, Canvas does not allow 2 due dates, so I only put Saturday as the due date. However, this seems to have created some confusion with some people because they are submitting all of their posts on Saturday. Whenever I leave comments, I say, please submit your first discussion post or your initial discussion post by Thursday, and I've been getting a lot of questions from people not knowing what I mean. And I did go over this in the introduction video and in the syllabus, but I realized that you do receive a lot of information, so maybe a lot of you forgot. So I am going over this information again. And I do want to say that a lot of people have been submitting the discussions on time. Obviously, if you've noticed that you've been getting 10 out of 10 and I haven't made that comment, you might be asking, what is she talking about? So this is mostly to explain it to the people who have been receiving that comment and don't understand it, because I realize not everybody has seen that comment, so you might be wondering, what am I talking about? If you haven't seen that comment, then that means that you've been submitting your discussions on time. However, I do want to explain why discussions are due on Thursday. So basically, discussions are due on Thursday because this is not a correspondence class, so it is a requirement to have at least one assignment due during the weekday. So that's why I have it due on Thursday. The other reason is because there's a lot of people who like to finish assignments early. So in order to make sure that people can finish the assignment early, they need to make sure that there are responses that they can reply to. If nobody posts and they wait until Saturday, these people technically cannot finish their assignment until Saturday when everybody starts posting. So in order to avoid that, the discussions are due on Thursday. So let me go ahead and show you what I mean by initial discussion post, or original discussion post, or first post, because I use that language through the feedback that I provide, and a lot of people have gotten confused because they don't know what initial discussion post means. So basically, like I said, I'm using my 1110 as an example, but this pertains to all of my discussion assignments. Whenever I post a discussion assignment, you're going to see a question, sometimes a video, sometimes a picture, and then we have the questions. Your initial discussion post refers to your response to the questions, okay? So when I say original discussion post, or when I say initial, first, original discussion post, I am referring to your answers to the questions that are listed in the discussion assignment, okay? So for example, when you reply to the questions in the discussion assignment, that is your first discussion post, okay? So this right here, if you copy and paste the questions and answer them, this is considered your initial discussion post, okay? This right here is due by Thursday. However, once you submitted that, you have until Saturday to reply to a classmate. So after you've submitted that, you can go ahead and scroll down and reply to a classmate the same way that you've done this by clicking on reply. So once you've answered the questions in the discussion assignment, you can go ahead and click on post reply, and it'll show up. This right here is your initial discussion post, which is due by Thursday. So just to repeat, because I know this has been confusing to a lot of people, your initial discussion post is your response to the main discussion assignment, the main discussion questions, okay? This right here. This is your initial discussion post. You have till Saturday to reply to a classmate. To reply to a classmate, all you have to do is read their post and then click on reply and then type something that is well thought out and that adds to the discussion. Don't just type in I agree or anything like that. For the purposes of this video, I am just typing I agree, but obviously for your assignment, make sure it is more well developed. And then you click on reply. So there we go. So this is what it should look like. Your initial discussion post, and then you reply to someone. Obviously, there is no one here to reply to, so I'm replying to myself, but I think you understand what I mean, that you are replying to a classmate. So this initial discussion post, which is your response to the main discussion questions, the main discussion assignment is due by Thursdays. Now, your reply to a classmate is due by Saturday. However, like I said, this seems to have been confusing for a lot of people, so what I went and did was I went ahead and I changed the format of the due dates. So from now on, the due date of the discussions is going to show up as due on Thursday, but it's going to stay open until Saturday so that you still have a chance to respond to a classmate. I'm hoping that this makes it less confusing, because if you look at the rubric, it does say respond by Thursday. That's the last criteria of the rubric, but still a lot of people were confused and they were not understanding the due dates. So I went ahead and I changed it to due on Thursday, but I'm leaving it open until Saturday so that you can respond to a classmate. And like I said, I'm hoping that this helps out a little bit, because I know a lot of people were confused about it, and I did have a lot of people who were not submitting them on time, and of course I don't want your grade to be affected, so I'm hoping that this makes it less confusing and more helpful. Something else I wanted to mention as well is that for all of my classes, I post announcements. So I would suggest to not miss assignments, not miss any discussion posts, or to make sure you're submitting them on time. Look at the syllabus, look at when they are due. But if you don't want to look at the syllabus, if you rather just take it week by week, go ahead and look at the announcements that I post. Because again, I'm going to show you this class as an example. If you look at my announcements, I post an overview of the week. So for example, this right here lets you know what's due this week. So if you don't want to look at the syllabus, if you're not getting notifications from your app, if you don't know what's due, look right here at the announcement and it tells you what you have to do for the week and what you have to read for the week as well. So the best way to stay organized and to stay on top of the due dates is to look at the announcements that I post every single Monday, and to also go ahead and look at the syllabus. I do want to say also that I've had some people tell me that they have been replying to students, but it doesn't show up. And I don't know why that's happening. I have heard from the English department that some students who use the Canvas app, their assignments are not going through. So I would suggest to use your computer instead of the Canvas app, or instead of using a mobile device, try to use a computer. However, if this problem keeps persisting, make sure you email Canvas support and make sure you let them know that you're having this issue. Also, if you had this issue before, make sure you let them know when the assignment is still open, because if the assignment has already closed, they're going to tell you, well, you can't submit it because it's closed. So make sure you tell them the assignment is open, the discussion is still open, and I cannot reply to anyone, because they might be able to help you and they might be able to tell you why you're not able to reply to classmates. I think in the past I've had students who've had trouble replying to classmates because they were trying to use their phone. So like I said, try to use your computer. If it keeps happening, try to take screenshots of your reply to classmates and the assignments you submit just in case. But in order to avoid all that, the best advice I can give you is to go ahead and contact Canvas support, and they should be able to help you and let you know why your assignments or discussion replies are not going through. So I hope this video is helpful. Like I said, nothing really is changing with the discussions. I was just explaining to you what I mean by initial discussion post, because that was confusing a lot of people, and I just wanted to let you know that I have changed the format of the due date. But again, nothing has technically changed because your initial discussion post is still due by Thursday, and you still have until Saturday to reply to a classmate. I just went ahead and I changed the due date so that you'll be reminded it's due Thursday, but it's open till Saturday. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope that it did help with the confusion some people were having. And if you have any questions, please let me know.